1 second, sir. Be ready. From Zambia, this stage is yours.
Yeah. God bless you, ma.
Thank you so much. I know you are in the site.
Once again,
we can learn and share anywhere we are in the world.
Honestly.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma. Let me use this opportunity to say glory be to God, and also say thank to my mother, mentor, the president and founder of YYCIAcademy International. Let me use this opportunity to also apologize for not being able to be online first because of network issues and electricity. So, by the special grace of God, we are going to be talking briefly on critical and creative thinking. Critical thinking, creative thinking. It's all about thinking beyond limits. Both topic is about thinking beyond the box. You have to think outside the box. You have to think deeper, more than the way others are doing. When you are talking about extra and ordinary, the only difference is about somebody to be extra in everything you are doing. Maybe about thinking, maybe critical or creative. You have to think on extra level. That is, go beyond your comfort zone. So when introduction is all about in this world, as I said, in this world filled with complex problems, and we are looking for people who are ready to solve a problem in your life, to solve problem in the family, solve problem in the society, in all areas of life. The more you are able to solve problems, the more you are more connected, the more people are looking for you to be able to have something to do spiritually, physically, in all ramifications of life. In a world filled with complex problems, constant innovation and information overloaded, the ability to think clearly, that means the ability to think clearly. A lot of us, we think, but not clearly. We think is very broad, but you have to think clearly and creatively is more important than ever, especially in the times of this technologic era. You have to think above others in terms of critical, in terms of innovation. So we are going to be looking at when we are talking about critical thinking, what is critical thinking? Said, critical thinking is the ability to analyze, It's the ability to diagnose. It's the ability to go deeper, to go beyond measure. That is ability to analyze information. Everything that you have been hearing, we have been learning, we have been reading, we have been listening to is about information. But how do I analyze it? How do you analyze it? So therefore, you have to analyze it objectively. You analyze all the information that has been passing through since, yes, you can international mindset. Some people can hear it, some people cannot hear it, some people may not analyze it, some people may analyze it. But how am I going to analyze it objectively and make reasoned judgment so that you'll be able to diagnose and remove the shaft and be able to go with the one that you need? Therefore, it involves, that is, critical thinking involves evaluating sources. You have to evaluate where the information is coming from. Most of the time, we look at the messenger instead of us to look at the message. So it involves evaluating sources, identify biases, making logical connection to connect your past with your present and your future. Your past is your experience. Your present is your experiment. And your future, when you combine your past, your present together, you'll be able to unfold that future, which is mystery. There's nothing mystery about the future. It's because we are unable to think critically. We are unable to think critically deep inside of us. You have to know that. So making logical connection and solving problems through rational analysis. You have to make logical connections and solving problems through rational analysis. So what are the keys? I'm still talking about critical thinking. So what are the keys or the traits of critical thinking? There are 5, which is number 1, analytical. Number 2, objectives. Number 3, logical. Number 4, skeptical. Number 5, open-minded. So let's see creative thinking. I'm still coming back to those 5. What is creative thinking? When we are talking about, oh, that man is creative, that woman is creative, what is all about? It's about their analogy. It's about how they can think beyond others. So creative thinking is the ability to generate new, please follow, is the ability to create new or generate new ideas, new innovation, but it's going to be original because you are the first person to generate it. You are the first person to bring the ideas. So that means it's new, but it's going to be original. It thrives on imagination. That means you have to be very, very versatile in your thinking, in creativity. Therefore, you have to be strive on imagination, curiosity. That means you want to invest new things. You want to know new things. For example, before I joined YYCI, I've been thinking what I need to do. But there's a program that Queen Mother talked about a woman from Cameroon, if I'm not mistaken. That woman wanted to go travel abroad. But the only thing is that he's thinking, it may be somebody is thinking on their behalf. That's what is happening to most of us. Somebody is helping us to create our future. Somebody is out there helping us to think on our behalf until we are able to think for ourselves. And Queen Mother told her that there's nothing you can do that you are looking for outside. There's something you can do in Cameroon. And by the time she sat down in Cameroon, she's now an entrepreneur, and to the extent that she's now employing others, because before she was not thinking. She was not creative until we as human beings, we as individuals are ready to be creative so that what we want to generate will be new and it's going to be original. That means you are the first person to do it. I was listening to what Queen Mother said, that how do you discover yourself? That means you want to do such a thing. A lot of people are yet to discover themselves. A lot of us, we are yet to discover ourselves. We are just following the multitude instead of us to sit back and think, what can I do? Why am I a man? Why am I born into this family? What is the thing that I can do? There's 2 people that visited India sometimes ago, years back. Two of them, by the time they got to India, they saw people barefooted. One of them said, this is opportunity. I will make use. The other people say, these people are too many. So we see how the two of them, one is creative, one is looking for problem. Until we are able to encounter problem, the more you solve problem, the more you'll be able to think beyond the box. So creative thinker invent, innovator, they invent and approach problem in unconventional ways. You can see they invent and approach problem, because when you are running from problem, that means you are not a creative thinker. When you are running from problem, that means you believe that you have conquered yourself. And as Queen Mother used to say, you can't change anybody. No matter how you pray, no matter how you fast, that person must be able to change the way he thinks, the way he sees things. So if you want to be a creative thinker, that means see yourself first, solve your problem before you can solve the other people's problem. So we also have the key traits of creative thinkers. Number one is about you have to be imaginative, curious, risk-taking, flexible, and visionary. So let's look at it one after the other because of our time. Let's go back to the traits of critical thinkers. Critical thinkers: analytic, objective, logical, skeptical, open-minded. So what is, if you want to be a critical thinker, so what is about analytical? Analytical is a critical thinker, examines information. That means you have to analyze it. You have to analyze information being passed to you. Because if you don't analyze it very well, when you are sick, when somebody is sick, they take him out to the hospital, the doctor will diagnose. That means they want to analyze what is the problem. You have to go to the root, the source of the problem. Don't treat the symptoms. Many of us are looking for now problem. We want it now. We want the problem to be solved now. No, that means you are not ready to analyze the problem. That means you are not a critical thinker. Because if a critical thinker, you tell somebody this is A, such person will ask you, why is it A? How do you get A? Who told you that is A? That means you are thinking beyond the person that is telling you. So a critical thinker examines information carefully by breaking it down into smaller parts. They look for patterns, relationship, and underlying causes. What are the causes? What are the problems? How can I solve it? So for example, analyze both sides of an argument to understand strengths and weaknesses. Maybe two people are fighting and you just get there. You are the one that, why do you do this thing? You are not a critical thinker. Even though both of them comes to you that this is the problem, somebody's this. No, you have to sit both of them down and analyze the problem. You go to the root. You go to the root of the problem. That is what is called, you are critically thinking beyond the issues that they brought to you, so that you'll be able to go to the root and uproot the root and be able to solve it, for them to be able to know their weaknesses and to know their strength. Objective. As a critical thinker, you must be objective. What do I mean by that? They strive, as a critical thinkers, they strive to stay neutral and unbiased. They strive, no matter what, you have to be unbiased in anything that you are doing. You have to be neutral. They base their judgment on facts and figures. There are two things. You see some people say, it is truth. It is fact. They are two different things. Truth may not be fact. But every time you see somebody that is telling you, that is the fact, you have to know that at times the fact may not be truth. So you must analyze everything. As a critical thinker, you must go beyond what you are seeing from the surface. Therefore, you have to on facts and evidence rather than personal feelings or opinions. Don't base your thinking on opinions. Don't be thinking, I can't do it. The logo of yes, you can is, yes, I can do it. Yes, I can prosper. Yes, some people, even your symptoms, what you are passing through in terms of knowledge, in terms of your background, maybe seems that you can't do it. If you have listened and listened over and over, again and again, to the story of our founder, you will know that yes, you can do it. Because the symptoms is there. The surface is there that she can't do it. But she has to go back to her shell to bring out herself, to think beyond what people are saying, to think beyond what family are saying, to think beyond what the society, what he or she that is feeling. So as a critical thinker, you must be able to strive to not to be looking at your feelings or personal opinions. Your opinion can be telling you that you can't do it. But as a critical thinker, you must be able to know that, yes, I must do it. Yes, I can do it. Yes, I will be prosper. Yes, I will get there. No matter the condition, come rains, come shine. Example is about evaluating a political issue based on data, not personal reference. Oh, the man is there. Oh, he's pulling a crowd. You can be pulling a crowd on social media, but on ground, are you pulling the crowd? So see some people say, polling youth, let's see to ask questions. Is A going to win the election? Is B going to win the election? People that are saying A will win the election, on the day of election, are they on ground? That's critical thinking. You have to know it's beyond figures that you are writing on papers. It's beyond what people are saying. It's beyond you yourself that is going to achieve the goal. It's about you going back to the shell, going back to yourself to discover who you are. When you are able to discover who you are, you'll be able to recover. Number 3, as a critical thinker, you must be logical. You must be logical. What do I mean by that? Critical thinkers use reasoning to connect. They use reasoning to connect, not their tummy. They use their brain. They use their imagination. They use their senses, not the way they feel. So critical thinker uses reasoning to connect ideas and reach conclusion. They don't use opinions. Oh, you can't do it. They go beyond that. So if you want to become a critical thinker, you must use reasoning, your reasoning. How do you reason? Most of our reasoning are too shallow. Some people, their reasoning are very deep. When you tell them A, by the time they analyze it for you, by the time logically concluded, you will be saying, this, when you are even seeing it that is A, by the time they logically concluded, you yourself, you say, no, this is not A. It seems it's upside down, because they go beyond the figures, they go beyond the fact, they are reasoning to connect some dots together. So as a so that you'll be able to reason above others. For example, their thoughts follow a clear rational path. Their thinking follows a very clear rational path. For example, if you say A is the problem of B, and B makes C to stumble, you see people attacking B, and B is not the problem. A is the source why B causes the problem. So if A causes A, if A is the problem of B and B causes C to make errors, you don't need to attack B. You go to the root, which is A. Logically, C will be the one to be affected. Therefore, you don't look at C. Go to A to amend, to correct. So when you correct A, which is the root cause, B will be okay, and C will be able to stand on his or her own feet. That's how critical thinker behave. Critical thinker always, they are skeptical. They don't accept claim at face value. No matter who you are, no matter what you are, you see critical thinker, they do not accept blames or claims at face value. They question assumptions. They don't assume. They question your assumptions, demand evidence. You say this is red. Okay, show me, why is it red? Okay, it's white. Why is it white? So they want concrete evidence. And look deeper before believing something. You don't just believe anything. That's why you see there are some people, they will tell you, don't just believe anything that you see on social media. Therefore, you must not be running on social media. Some people can be taking pictures with somebody's car. They can be taking pictures with somebody's mansion. And you'll be running, and you don't even know they don't have anything. So therefore, you as a critical thinker, you must know not believing a headline until verifying the source and the fact, also the truth about it. That means you are skeptical. Then people can be saying, he doesn't trust anybody. Yes, because you need fact. You need the fact, you need the truth, and you need evidence. Number 5 is about open-minded. Critical thinkers, they are open-minded. While questioning things, critical thinkers are still willing to consider different perspectives. They'll be questioning things. They'll be saying, you are giving them answer, but they are still willing to consider different perspectives to that answer. They are open to changing their mind if shown credible evidence, because they know they are not perfect. When you show them that this is the truth, they are ready to go with you. But before they can go with you, they will surely torment you with questions. They will torment you with questions, torment you so that they will be able, because they don't want to fall into a pit. They don't want to follow a blind man. They don't want to follow a blind man that is going to take them to where there is not their destination. Okay? Let's see the key traits of creative thinkers. Creative thinkers. Creative thinkers, number 1 is about imaginative. Imaginatives. That is, creative thinkers use their imagination to explore new ideas and possibilities. They can be with you, standing with you, sitting with you, and you'll be thinking they are looking at you. But they're in their spirit, because they are creating something in their mind. And by the time they put it down, this something is going to be new, because that's their, you'll be saying, how do you think about this thing? Because in their mind, they use their mind to draw things. They use their thought to draw things. Their thought is far, far away. When you are telling them the story, they are using their mind, their thought, their everything to draw something, to be creative. Therefore, imagination to explore ideas and possibilities. That's why, yes, you can. There is nothing impossible with yes, you can. Why? Because the imagination is there. The imagination is there. They can visualize things that don't yet exist, or think or novel ways to solve problems. A sample is about coming up with a unique storyline for a book or an innovation product again. You see them, they call something cartoons. They draw things. Most of the artists, you see them drawing. How do you get this thing? How do you get this imagination? Because they are creative. Their mind is all about creation. They create things. They create with their mind. They create with their thought. They create with problems. And they were able to put it down. And you yourself that is looking at this, how do you do it? Because everything they encompass is about creating things. Number 2 is about curious. They are very curious. Creative thinkers are very curious. They are eager to learn and explore. That's why when you see a student that are very eager to learn, not, I just want to, if they don't give me a hand, no. At times they start, they learn. You see them putting notes, they just love to learn, because it's a new idea. Even though the person that is saying something is saying nonsense, out of the nonsense, they will create new ideas from that nonsense, because they are creative thinkers. They are very curious. They are eager to learn and exploit their curiosity drive them to ask questions deeper and seek out new knowledge or experiences. Example is about wondering how something works and taking the time to experiment or research it. There was a time when they will tell you, how are you going to call and be seeing yourself on phone? It's now it's not possible. It's not possible. Where you can be in UK, our mom is in UK, I'm in Zambia, at the inside farm. We are communicating. But in 50, 60 years ago, something, some people can be, when you tell them something will happen, it cannot happen. But right on our nose, it's happening. So therefore, you have to be curious if you want to be a creative thinker. Make sure you create new things that it can be originated from you. Number 3 is about risk-taking. Risk-taking. A lot of us, we don't want to take risks. And I used to tell people, the riskiest thing in life is for you not to take a risk. If you want to be at risk, don't take a risk. So creative thinkers, they take risk. Creative thinkers aren't afraid to try new things or challenge norms, even if there is challenge of failure. When there was a time I think failure is when you say somebody tells me that you fail in this area, I will be thinking until I knew that a failure is part of progress. If you don't fail, you can't. Edison, that produced bulb, they said he tried more than 1,000 times and he failed. When he was asked, why do you fail? He said, no, I did not fail. I just knew more than 1,000 ways how not to create a bulb. So we must be trying. Failure is part of progress. So launching a new business idea that hasn't been tested before, there, we don't want to leave our comfort zone. But when you see a creative thinker, it will tell you if I fail, it's part of it. They are ready to take risks, no matter what, financially, spiritually, economy. I used to tell people that even do you know that believing God, believing Jesus is also taking a risk. So, for example, if you get to heaven and there is no God or there is no Jesus, drinking water is a risk. Going to sleep and saying that we'll see you tomorrow, you are also taking a risk. Why can't you take a risk that will change your life, change the life of people that are around you? Number 4 is about flexible. They are very flexible. Creative thinkers are very flexible. They can adapt their thinking when situation or information changes. Flexibility allows them to shift perspective or switch strategies if needed. Example, changing an approach to a problem when the original plan isn't working. So if you want to be a creative thinker, be flexible, don't be too rigid. If plan A is not working, change to plan B. That doesn't mean you should neglect plan A that is not working. You still go back to it. Maybe you are still going to bring out some issues or some innovation. Lastly, about the key trait is about visionary. Visionary. That means creative thinkers often see the bigger pictures and imagine future possibility. They have vision. They are very vision. They see beyond 20, 30, 40 years. They see beyond. They see beyond. Why? Because they are visionary. So creative thinkers often see bigger pictures and imagine future possibility, not impossibility. They think ahead and dream of what could be, not just what it is. What could be that? It's not what is it. What could be this? How can I become this? How can I achieve this? It's a question. It's a question. So, example is about an entrepreneur envisioning how technology might transform education in the next decade. Do we know in the next decade, there are some courses that people are doing in university that is going to be obsolete because technology will take over everything. Whereas some people are still pushing themselves on that agenda, on that angle. Whereas you're supposed to have vision. What am I going to become in the next 5 years? I mean, in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, maximum 5 years. Because short-term goals is between 6 to 1 year. Medium is 2 years. Long time is 5 years. So we need to know that. Let me put this one, difference and connections. That is why critical thinking is convergent. Critical thinking is convergent, that is narrowing down ideas. Creative thinking is divergent. That is it expanding ideas. You see the difference. One is narrowing down, the other one is expanding. Yet both are essential. Critical thinking sharpens creativity, and creative thinking fuels critical analysis. So that means both of them work hand in hand. So let me round it up with a critical thinking versus creative thinking. Critical thinkings evaluate ideas. Critical thinkings evaluate your ideas, while creative thinking generates ideas. One generates, the other evaluates. Critical thinking seek logic and structures. Critical thinking seek logic and structure, where creative thinking embraces spontaneously. It embraces. Critical thinking, discipline and focus. It discipline and focus, whereas creative thinking, free flowing and expansive. So this is where I'm going to stop today by the special grace of God. Let me use this opportunity to say thank you to Yes You Can International for giving me another opportunity, and all the speakers. God bless you all in Jesus' name. Shalom. Thank you, man.
Shalom, shalom. Thank you so much. You've done very well, especially while you are teaching us in the farm. That's amazing. Amazing thing to do, to just get to one corner and be able to deliver this great presentation. We do not take that one for granted. So thank you so much for being with us today. We really appreciate you, sir. Dr. Stephen Temitope Davidson is the founder and chancellor of Emini Bible University, and we are learning great stuff in this university. Apart from just being honored doctorate or something like that, the key point is we keep learning, and it will evolve in any atmosphere, any platform, for us to keep adding to our knowledge, engaging our mindset, and also transforming our lives. So once again, Ambassadors Dr. Stephen Temitope Davidson, we appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today, especially when you are on the field.
Thank you, man.
This is another sacrifice and commitment, just like Ambassador Temitope said this morning. If you have passion into something, I mean, if you are interested and you have a presentation to present, or you have a very important information to give to the world, you will commit yourself to it. And that is exactly what Ambassador Dr. Stevenson Temitope has already delivered to us today. We always miss him because in Zambia and even every part of Africa, really, there's always problem with electricity and connectivity. So that's why we've been missing him. He's a regular lecturer, advisory board member of Yes You Can International as well. So we appreciate your time. We appreciate this moment, and we appreciate you speaking to us. If you have any questions quickly, please type it on the chat box. I'm sure you will still hang around to answer those questions. Thank you, sir, and God bless you.
Thank you.